defensive line show. They had great defense. They won on defense, special teams, offense, coaching. They won in every aspect of that game. Urban Meyer.
This little blue stripe right there, and I always like the relics with the nice blue, with the nice stripe down them.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my 2019 MLB season predictions. For this 2019 season, it was definitely one whirlwind of a season last year, but not really as exciting of an offseason as we were all expecting for. But I definitely think there's going to be some shakeups and different winners and losers and different things like that. I do have one surprise in the wild card and then some bold predictions for you guys. So leave in the comments down below what your bold predictions and what your playoff predictions are for the MLB 2019 seasons. We are just days away from opening day. And let's get right into it. I'm going to start with my bold predictions. My first bold prediction, Shohei Ohtani will not have the season that he did last year. Last year he put up phenomenal numbers at the plate. He will not be able to pitch, and in terms of his numbers at the plate, I do not think he'll put up the same numbers, just under kind of what he did. I mean, this offseason, of course, the Tommy John surgery, I really think that that's going to come back to bite him. I really think that that's gonna hurt his ability at the plate for sure. And I think that that's why he doesn't put up the numbers he did last year. That's why he doesn't have the season he did last year. Bold prediction number 2, Reds, despite all the offseason acquisitions of Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, Sonny Gray, they will finish dead last in the NL Central. I think that Yasiel Puig underperforms, Matt Kemp underperforms. Sonny Gray is the only offseason acquisition that has a big impact. Yes, the Pirates are in that division, but I think that they have a chance to make some noise and end up in 4th place, just ahead of the Reds. It's a really tough NL Central, and I think that the Reds, despite all the offseason acquisitions, I think that they have one more year of being the cellar dwellers in the NL Central. Bold prediction number 3, Manny Machado performs way under his expectations. I think that a lot of people want Manny Machado to have a good season. I think that he had the potential to have a good season, but I think that he will not be ready in time to go with the Padres. This is just a place that gave him money. He really doesn't have much of a connection here like Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper has some connection with Philadelphia. He has that family aspect that he wants to be there. Manny Machado just wants the money. Harper got his money, and he got his wish of having a good city to keep a family, a good clubhouse to keep a family. The Padres, they just offered Manny Machado money, so I think the Machado not being in the locker room he wants to be for his first season, he is going to underperform his expectations. Bold prediction number 4, Ronald Acuna beats out Bryce Harper and wins the National League MVP. Acuna had such a fantastic season last year, and Ronald Acuna Jr., I really think that he has the potential to win multiple MVPs in back-to-back seasons. I think that this year, the battle between Bryce Harper and Ronald Acuna in the NL East for the NL MVP is going to be so great. Yes, Christian Yelich is going to be in that mix. Yes, there's going to be other guys in that mix like Clayton Kershaw, and maybe you can throw, I don't know, let's throw Anthony Rizzo or Chris Bryant in there. I really do think that it's going to come down to these two guys at the end, by the end of the season, and Ronald Acuna ends up beating out Bryce Harper for that. Now on to the playoffs and some explanations as to why my picks are. In the National League and the East, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies, of course, acquiring Bryce Harper, Andrew McCutchen, Gene Segura. Just such a busy offseason for the Philadelphia Phillies. They had a lot going right for them this offseason. They came just short of the NL East title last year. Weren't able to sneak into a wild card. The Braves beat them out. But I think that this year, even with all of what they had last year, adding what they did, I think that gives them the clear-cut path to the NL East crown. NL Central, I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. Yes, you have the Brewers, you have the Cubs, but I think that we're going to have a shocker this year in the NL Central. And the St. Louis Cardinals, they do have a strong team. They did get a new manager. They do have Paul Goldschmidt, so I think that a lot of them are leaving them out including I was leaving them out in the offseason. I'm gonna admit that. But now that I look deeper into things like players that they acquired and things of that nature, I personally believe that the Cardinals are going to be a shocker to win the NL Central. NL West, no change. Los Angeles Dodgers, I really don't think I need an explanation. Nobody really can compete with them. Paul Goldschmidt leaving the Arizona Cardinals. The Padres, they did get Manny Machado, but again, I do not think that they will be able to compete. Manny Machado isn't a part of that clubhouse as much as Bryce Harper is. He's just kind of a guy who's in there. So, I really just think I don't know. I really just think that the Padres are not going to be that team this year. End of story. NL Wildcard, hosting the NL Wildcard. I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Wildcard game. Milwaukee, I think that they're just going to miss out on the NL Central crown. I think that they're definitely playoff caliber with Christian Yelich leading that team, and I think that they have to get into the playoffs somehow. I'm going to sneak them in as the first wild card. The second wild card spot, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, that team is one of the deepest and most underrated teams in all of the MLB, in my opinion. They made the playoffs last year, and they most deservingly did. They led the division from April to September. They were a team that went wire to wire in the MLB season, and I think that there's no way they miss out on the playoffs. But though the East does get tougher in terms of dealing with the Phillies, I think that there's no way they miss the playoffs. They miss out on the East crown, but they don't miss out on the playoffs in general. They get that last wild card spot. Now into the American League. In the East, no change. The Red Sox, they have such a dominant team. I really do not think that anybody can compete with them other than maybe the Yankees, but I really don't think that the Yankees are going to be able to compete with the power that the Red Sox have. Central, I'm going with the Indians. There's nobody really to compete in the Central. You got the Tigers, the White Sox, the Twins. Other teams on the top of my tongue. Tigers, White Sox, Twins. Can't think. Man, I can't think straight right now. I don't know if I think about it all. Say it, but I really cannot think about who the fifth team is. The team is in the AL Central. Baltimore. No, they're in the East. I don't know. I'll come back to it if it hits the top of my head. But I just really don't think the Indians have much competition. In the West, I'm going to go with the Houston Astros, and now I just figured it out. It's the Kansas City Royals. Again, no competition for the Indians. AL West, I'm going to go with the Houston Astros. The Astros, they have a little bit of competition. Maybe you can say the Athletics are competition, but I think that they're going to be plagued by that Kyler Murray story the entire season. I think that the Angels not having Ohtani on the mound, just having him at the plate, that's going to be a big factor. And I just don't think that the Mariners are going to be able to compete, even though they did make some nice acquisitions. I just think it's going to be a runaway for the Astros. Wild card, of course, the Yankees are going to host. I think that they have a lot of firepower on their team. If they were put in the AL Central or the AL West, I think they would run away with both of those divisions. Just being stuck in the division that the Red Sox are in, that's really plaguing the Yankees. It's going to put them in the wild card. And they're going to host my big shocker playoff team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay, I believe, is one of the most underrated teams in the MLB. Blake Snell, the AL Cy Young leader, Cy Young Award winner. They acquired Tyler Glasnow and Austin Meadows at the trade deadline by trading Chris Archer. And the Rays just have a lot of pieces. Tommy Pham, I believe, is one of the most underrated outfielders in all of the MLB. And I just think that the Rays are overlooked a lot. I'm not going to overlook them. I say that they get the last wild card spot. that's going to wrap it up for my 2019 MLB predictions, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Opening day just days away. Man, I am excited. I know you all probably are. We're going to get more ball. We're going to get some ball hawking videos for the 2019 MLB season out, so make sure to stay tuned for those. Better videos definitely going to be coming this year than last year. I know I kind of didn't go all out on those videos. I will this year. I've got multiple camera glasses, more ball hawking action, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And until next time, again, thank you for watching this video.